It's
Death to the
Monty.
false diva!
It's Monty.
Death to
It
the
is
false
Monty.
diva! Death to the
You
false
son of a
diva!
bitch.
Jesus Christ, Matt, calm down.
She has my skin!
Oh my God.
That's Monty.
Check the name.
I know
That's
that's Monta Black, and I'm gonna kill you with my bare fucking hands!
Oh my God.
Jesus! That is some serious salt!
Overwatch is an incredible game. If you were hoping for me to lead up with anything more vague, I don't know what to tell you. This game is so incredibly good, and I really don't think there's anything more I can say to that as a broad statement. If you're not familiar with Overwatch, let me enlighten you. It's a game that pits 2 teams of 6 against each other in battles sort of like TF2. Each player switches out between unique classes in order to ensure victory for their team. Included in the roster of characters are pocket healers, turret builders, thing exploders, arrow shooters, music players, and garbage blasters. It's actually a pretty goddamn diverse cast. Today we're going to take a look at some of the things that make Overwatch such a great game, and I'll try and make my case as to why it's worth looking into. Beyond being a game that promotes some excellent and well-tuned competition, Overwatch is, first and foremost, a game that is pure and immediate fun. Everything about this game just feels awesome. Ragdolling enemies is satisfying. All of the weapons feel and sound amazing. All of the music is inspiring, and the hit markers sound fucking great. It feels to me like the sort of game that anyone can jump into, regardless of whether or not they have any experience, or even interest in the genre. Because it's so immediately fun, the learning curve that you might find in games like TF2 is significantly easier to deal with. New players don't have anyone like the Spy to worry about. Everything is fairly straightforward, and Blizzard has managed to make that happen without sacrificing the high skill ceiling that many people value. Since there are 21 characters right now, and more will likely be added post-launch, there's gonna be something in Overwatch for anybody. You want to move fast and shoot stuff? Try Tracer. You want to build stuff and help your team? Try Torbjorn or Symmetra. You want to show off your mechanical skill? Well, Hanzo might be your guy. Whatever you like to do in games, there's gonna be someone in Overwatch that can fit your playstyle to a T. In fact, you might even find a few that introduce you to playstyles you hadn't really considered before. Since the game encourages you to switch out characters in order to help your team win, being a versatile player is just going to make you feel good. Unlike competitive games like League of Legends, Overwatch encourages you to improve because you feel immediate gratification when you're doing well. You don't need to troll wikis or be trolled by teammates. Overwatch manages to inject fun into the ancient proverb of get good, which is frankly a miracle. Some of you that followed me before this channel rebranded might know that I am extremely invested in game lore. So when I heard that Blizzard was finally releasing a new IP, you bet your ass I did my lore homework. While Overwatch doesn't present its story through the game itself, it manages to supplement the game with some incredibly strong material in the form of animated shorts and comics that fill in the blanks and tell some compelling stories. Alright, wait a minute. Between this and my Destiny lore videos, I think I'm starting to see a trend of games with hidden lore. Should I go hang up the towel and work on my hidden Tetris story video? Anyway, the comics and animated shorts that tell Overwatch's story tend to be pretty character-focused, which means that the game's story lives or dies based on how interesting its characters are. Thankfully, all of the characters in Overwatch are incredibly interesting. Even Soldier 76, who seems pretty generic at first, actually has some interesting stories to tell. The cast of characters include a gorilla scientist from the moon, a duo of Mad Maxian Australian criminals, a robotic monk, an Indian lightbender who, fun fact, I'm told pretty respectfully represents someone on the autism spectrum. Each character in the game manages to be incredibly unique, and while they might sound like the most ridiculous things in the world, each of them makes sense within the context of Overwatch's lore. They have stories to tell which can all be engaging, and even sort of heartbreaking in the case of characters like Winston. If you're somebody who cares about lore and doesn't mind digging a little bit under the surface, Overwatch is not going to disappoint you. The animated shorts are going to be coming back sometime in the near future, and comics keep on releasing, so you can look forward to a relatively steady flow of interesting content to keep you wanting more. This might be the big one for a few people, and it's something that may vary from person to person. While I can't look into a crystal ball and see how well this game is going to perform in the long term, one thing I can absolutely say for certain: Blizzard built this game to last forever. From the care put into the characters and lore, to the addictive core gameplay loop, to the infinite level cap, to the insane amount of money this game has made at launch and will continue to make from the extremely fair microtransaction system, Overwatch is here to stay. I don't see this game going anywhere anytime soon. People have been waiting a long time for this game since it was initially announced back during BlizzCon 2014, and that hype never really died down. In fact, it just got stronger as we continued to be assured that this game was going to be a smash hit. If you're going to make an investment in a shooter this year, and you want to make sure it's not one that's going to be replaced in just another year or two, Overwatch is definitely the right horse to bet on. There's also the matter of esports to consider, which is an entirely different thing to think about. Considering the success of Heroes of the Storm as an esport, it is definitely not outside the realm of possibility to think that Blizzard is going to push Overwatch as a highly competitive game. If they end up succeeding at that, you're going to see a ton of attention and money coming over to the game so fast it'll make your head spin. In conclusion, Overwatch is a masterpiece. While there are still a few road bumps in the way of cheesy pub stomp strategies, the game still stands as a shining monument to the fact that Blizzard still knows how to make incredibly kick-ass entertainment. Sporting an extremely fine-tuned and well-polished gameplay experience that welcomes both newcomers and veterans to the team shooter genre, Overwatch landed itself squarely and irrevocably a place in my heart for the new standard of games of its kind. If you have $40 and a PC that can run games, you should strongly consider picking this game up. Or if you have an Xbox One or a PS4, the $60 price of the console version is still pretty damn fair. If you intend to spend really any amount of time with this game at all, which frankly I think you will, you're really going to need to buy this game. Trust me, it's necessary. Hey, if you liked this video, you may possibly consider liking and or subscribing to my channel. We just rebranded after being a lore-focused channel. We're moving to a more general thing. If you have any requests about content you might like me to go over, shoot, send it over, email, whatever. I'd love to hear it. But more importantly, if you're looking for more content to watch after this, other than my own stuff, my good friend The Orange Hatter made a video about getting good. It usually comes off as just a stupid phrase that people in games and the internet use to make fun of less skilled players, but The Orange Hatter made a really good case as to why it's a nice frame of mind that you should get into when you're trying to get better at things. And considering Overwatch is a game that really pushes you to be a better player, I think that it's relevant here. So I will add a link in an annotation and in the description, and I suggest you go check out his channel, because he is the best. Alright, thank you very much.